Welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is American-Born Chinese, considered a modern classic graphic novel. So this is by Luen and has been released from First Second. I think it's always been released by First Second. So why am I covering a graphic novel that's been out for quite some time? Well, there is a show coming to Disney Plus based off of American-Born Chinese. And there's this new edition that was recently released, which has a cover from the show. So this should be really interesting. It was originally released in 2006, so it's been around for quite some time. And it basically was called a modern masterpiece. This is what really kind of launched Luen Yang to comic stardom, like really launched his career. And I've met Gene, wonderful person, absolutely fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go see him speak, be on a panel, whatever, go do it. It's really, really, really good. All right, so what is the graphic novel about? So there's three stories that eventually come together, and it's really kind of intriguing. So there's Jin Wang. He is a kid who moves to a new neighborhood, and he's the only Chinese student, gets bullied. His life in there. There's the story of the Monkey King, which I really don't know at all. It's a Chinese fable. I really don't know much about it at all, so that's a whole new thing for me. And then there's a third story about this guy named Chin Ki, which comes off as feels like a television show, like if you're watching something live in front of a studio audience. He is a horrible Chinese stereotype. Now, what's really interesting reading this is you've got these three stories that don't feel like they're interconnected at all, and then it all comes together at the end. And it comes together really, really well. I mean, I will admit, I was probably halfway through it and just was like, I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. But I powered through it. And once you kind of get through a majority of it, honestly, it's probably like 80-90% of it, all the stories kind of converge, and it makes complete sense as to what's going on. It's really, really good. Now, I will say that I'm clearly not Chinese. This is not my experience. I definitely did not have connection with this that many others would. My parents were not immigrants. I've been a couple generations, like 2 generations or so. So it's nothing, or 1 generation, they'll be the first generation, whatever. So nothing, I'm nothing, as they would say, a fob fresh off the boat is used in this. I'm not fresh off the boat. This is just not something I experienced. About the only thing I can relate to is moving to a new school. That's about it. But it's really, really interesting. This is experiences, this is life, this is small details I'm not aware of, and I totally get why this is such a big deal. I totally get why so many people connect with it. I totally get why people would enjoy it, and I still enjoyed it. Like, to me, I liked it more of like it is learning about experiences I just don't have, that I will never have. And to me, that's the really, from my experience, the interesting thing about it. There's things I laughed about. There's things you can relate to, liking girls in school and making friends and all that. That's kind of a universal thing. Getting bullied, that's a universal thing as well. But overall, it's a really solid read, and I think it does a fantastic job of giving a very different perspective on life in the world. The art is interesting, like the actual presentation of it. It's as you can see, kind of not the full page like you'd kind of expect with a graphic novel. It tends to stick to just a few panels on a page, nothing too crazy. We see there's 5, but I'd say generally it's 3 to 5 is on there. It does not vary that much from this. To me, really interesting and different. This is all the Monkey King stuff. Very, very intriguing graphic novel. I have no idea how the hell they're going to adapt it for television. I'm fascinated to see how this is done, and kind of excited as well, because this would be a very, very unique television series, no matter how you shake it up. There's some extra stuff in this new edition. There's an interview with Luen Yang and others who were involved with the television show. So it kind of gives you a little insight as to what's coming. overall, I understand why this is such a big deal, and yeah, it's intriguing. You obviously can go get this. This is out in comic shops. We have a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage by doing that. You support our site, so thank you. And I want to thank for a second before I got us up with this review copy. And of course, thank you all for watching. If you are into comics, if you're into graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.